Yeah, is this Troy Star?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Star.
Do you know what time it is?
I didn't mean, well, maybe I did. Guess I'm a son of a bitch.
Jack? Good Lord, Jack, I wanted to talk to you. Was wondering if you'd call. How do you feel?
I'm good, Mrs. Markham. Better than ever. The back pain is gone, the insomnia is gone, my hair is growing back, and my pathological indecisiveness seems to have run off somewhere.
Jack, if you think I had anything to do with that...
I'll waste no more time trying to think, Mrs. Markham. Every second counts. There's a lot to do. And one of those things is finding Laura. So, Mrs. Markham, I'm going to look for my wife, and if you somehow get in my way, I'll send a special squad to your house. First they'll throw your dog in the fire, then they'll arrest you for prostitution. Sometimes it's necessary to invent charges. It's not like I can arrest you for being an unbearable bitch.
For several years, we've constantly been pestered by the LGB organisation with its constant whining about gay rights. Recently things have been relatively quiet, but last week 3 high school teachers were fired under laws banning the promotion of homosexuality among adolescents. These teachers spread LGB brochures among our school children teaching them tolerance. We dismissed them fairly, and according to the law, but activists are gathered outside the school, rioting in protest. The children aren't there to learn about men kissing and the rest of their circus. The participants need to be taught a lesson, so they'll think twice next time they climb out of their holes. No.
Emma, I need a detective.
Oh, of course, Mr. Boyd. What shift?
No, not one of ours. A private detective. I know you've heard all about it. I want her found, but I don't want the department involved. Same reason you didn't. So I decided to hire your private detective. Think you can arrange it?
Oh, of course, Mr. Boyd. I'll call him and arrange everything. And don't worry, he'll keep it a secret.
Fine. What do you need from me?
Well, just gather all the information that might be useful and put it in an envelope, bring it to me, and I'll take it to him.
Good. Okay, take the day off tomorrow and get a good night's sleep. The day after tomorrow, I'll have that envelope for you.
What's going on, guys? ZombifiedGamer here, and welcome back to This Is the Police. Police Academy student selling cocaine. Okay. Twister strip club owner, my dancers are all feminists. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Crazy Arms film flop. Slow news day, eh?
All the information about Laura, just like you asked.
Mr. Boyd, keep your voice down. Someone could be listening.
Oh, I'm sorry, Emma. It's my first time doing something like this. Here's the envelope. Everything's in there.
Fine. Mr. Boyd, please write for Mr. Fry on this envelope and drop it in the mailbox across the street.
What? I don't want this handled like it's some kind of game.
Mr. Boyd, those are the rules. Now please, lower your voice.
Fine. Okay, Emma. I'll put this envelope in the mailbox across the street, just like you said. Wonder how that damn Mr. Fry is going to get an envelope out of the mailbox.
Talking to yourself, Mr. Boyd? And we thought we'd have to catch you at the police station. But it turns out Jack Boyd has come down to meet us personally. Do you know why we're here, Mr. Boyd?
I don't even know who you are.
My name is Eugene Chaffee. I'm a businessman. Rather, a restaurateur. Although I usually tell everyone I'm a businessman. Which sounds better? Businessman or restaurateur?
Oh, I think I've heard of you. You have a restaurant and a slaughterhouse. And you serve refried veal steaks.
Well, refried veal steaks isn't my only business, but perhaps it's what I'm best known for. I thought it was time we meet Mr. Boyd, and my friend here. I believe you're already acquainted. His name is Troy Star.
Never heard of him. So what do you want, Mr. Chaffee? Looking for a spokesman for your beef products? I recently changed my image and my hair.
Eugene and I really want to help you, Mr. Boyd. Although after our phone call, I've had my doubts. I was making love to my wife, and you called me and told me to fuck myself. That kind of behavior is rude and inappropriate, Mr. Boyd.
I didn't mean to offend you, Mr. Starr. Just thumbing my nose at that prick mayor of ours. You keep making love to your wife, or did I ruin the mood?
There's a nice cafe around the corner. Spare us a couple of minutes of your time, Mr. Boyd. Lately, I've been so busy that I rarely get to sit and relax in such a nice place, and with such interesting company.
Get to the point, Mr. Chaffee. I'm busy too. In fact, I think I hear some teenagers next door robbing and raping an old woman. Maybe she's your aunt.
You see, Mr. Boyd.
Good morning. What do you want?
A big mug of beer.
We don't serve big mugs of beer.
Then a small mug of beer.
We don't have beer in any size glasses. This is a family restaurant. Moms and dads come with small children. I can bring you a lollipop to suck on.
Monica, where's your famous charm? Bring the gentleman a beer. I'm sure you've got a bottle under the counter. Check between the dead cats and the dried heads of your ex-boyfriends. This man, by the way, is your police chief.
Don't be silly. The police chief has a bald spot the size of a toilet seat.
So, as I were...
Oh, I'm sorry, Eugene. It's Rogers. Probably forgot how to wipe his ass.
When you're 82, Troy, you'll probably forget you need to wipe your ass at all. But very well, run along. We can continue without you. So, Mr. Boyd, as you may already know, the official job of my old friend Mr. Starr is to cause trouble for you. But believe me, it's not out of malice. It's to maintain his cover at City Hall. But to somewhat balance out this trouble, I've decided to help you out. Every day, pay close attention to your morning newspaper, Mr. Boyd. You'll find messages hidden among the pages. Simple notes, but make no mistake, the information you'll find there is extremely useful. You see, Troy Starr isn't my only spy. That's it, Mr. Boyd. I told you it would only take a couple of minutes. I wouldn't want to disturb you while you're enjoying your drink. Keep in touch, my dear little cupcake. Oh yes, I'm quite good at puns.
Never imagined what meeting Robespierre would be like. But I certainly didn't figure the first thing he'd do was buy me a drink. Getting them to serve a beer at a family cafe? And this Robespierre has some strange superpowers. Strange, but not entirely useless.
I was up all night reading an exciting detective story called The Last Temptation of Neptune, but I didn't have time to get to the ending. I'm almost certain that the killer is Mrs. Clemens, but I can't rest until I know for sure. Can I go back home and finish reading the book? No. Read it after your shift. You've got the exact same story. So no, read it after your shift. Yesterday I lost a bet and swallowed my car keys. Last night I was shitting blood. I think I better go to the hospital. Nah, you'll be fine. It's your own stupidity. Let's go. Fire in the brain. So there should be a new element to the newspapers in the morning now. That seems interesting. Elderly security guard Robert Childress saw 6 people break through a hole in the fence of a construction yard, climb onto the site, and start filling up a cart with bricks. At first the guard was only worried about the stolen building materials, but when the thieves started climbing into the more dangerous construction area, he began to fear for their lives. These idiots are going to get themselves killed, you've got to hurry. It'd be their own fault though, so do we care? Jack, we have something going down today at suburb 1140. We wouldn't want any policemen crashing the party. I think 1,000 should be enough for such a request. Gotta start doing that shit again, really? Come on. A young man who was being robbed called in a report. He came through the gate with a knife demanding my wallet. He tried to run, but he caught me, pushed me to the ground. In addition to the wallet, he took my watch, shoes and even my belt. My mother gave it to me. One of the suspects was running around and almost fell down an elevator shaft. He was standing right next to the edge, and there's terror in his eyes. You can really just push the fucking guy down the shaft. Amazing. There we go. Let's try not to kill people. Eleanor Crompton went to wash her hands before eating but wandered into the cafe's kitchen by mistake. I looked around and saw several bags of white powder. I know cocaine a mile away. I watch TV. Maybe it was just flour. I watch TV is not a fucking qualification for seeing cocaine. Mr. Boyd, you don't know me, and I suppose that's just as well as for what I do. You probably wouldn't approve, so I won't trouble you with any unnecessary details and get straight to the point. For one very specific, let's call it an operation, I need 3 dead police officers, 1 female, 2 male. Race and age do not matter. I'll return in a couple of days to collect bodies. We wouldn't want them to start decomposing. How about you can go fuck yourself? I'm not killing officers for a complete fucking stranger. I'd rather cuff the bastard. Throw him in the cells. You suck. Miss Crompton saw several transparent bags with ordinary salt and mistook it for contents for cocaine. Yeah, see, it's just normal stuff. Not fucking cocaine. A man just called in. His voice was high-pitched and sounded hysterical. Hello police, some kind of beast broke into my apartment and it's running all over everywhere. God, one bite from this thing, I'll be dead, hurry. Is it like a cat or a dog or something? Maybe he's just shitting himself for no good reason. That wouldn't surprise me. An unidentified man who was unable to pay the checkout reacted by killing the cashier. Then the security guard fled the scene. Cool. I can't put any detectives on it though. Let's actually try and solve some investigations. Bang. Gotcha, bastard. Timothy previously worked as a bouncer at the club. It's unknown whether he can be found there now. Probably not. A reliable informant reports Timothy was living here recently. Let's go there then. Maybe I should actually wait for my other cops to come back though. A large wasp got into the man's house. Really? Jack, we don't know why you did it, but we hope you had a good reason. Don't forget who your friends are, we don't want any more trouble. Oh yeah, kind of skipped over your thing. Oh well. Shit. No, not that one. Cynthia Jason filed a complaint against a workman at her building. It appears he's been very vulgar and follows her around. I've never seen such a horrible jerk. Punish him. Right, let's send these two on this case. Now while they're doing that, let's see if I can do any more investigations. No, okay. According to an anonymous source, a house registered to Ernest Franklin is being used to produce and store large quantities of drugs. Mr. Franklin has a record a mile long, including illegal weapons and drug charges. The last time we had him in here, he just opened fire on some teenagers for climbing onto his yard to retrieve a baseball. Fantastic. Kind of don't have the officers right now. Maintenance worker Billy Sue, whose behaviour Cynthia Jackson complained about, had only whistled as the girl passed by. Fuck's sake. Come on, hurry back. No, okay. I'm just gonna have to send these then. Chief, this is a joke, right? We can't go out there alone, pick someone else. Oh, because there's a big case you want 3 people. Tough fucking shit. Proceed. Bastards. I guess we're gonna have to let him go. Gotcha. You were able to arrest all suspects. And now Beasley can go on here. Or not. He's on a timer. So I'll give him a second. The woman called in, speaking in awestruck praise. I hear from my wall the trumpeting of angels. O Lord comes. Behold his glory. The television was right. Let's just ignore that one. A passerby saw 2 strange men across the street smashing the shop window of the Mars sofa furniture store. Then they disappeared inside. I need 4 police today. It's very important for my daughter. She's getting married and I want everything to be perfect. I'm a very powerful businessman. We're talking the kind of success you can go without making enemies, so no surprises today. Could do without any trouble. I don't have 4 available. Jack, we're going to have a party and we want to trust you with our protection. Let my guys relax and have some drinks and tell your men to keep their hands off their butts and their guns. Okay. Is my detective ready yet? No. Awesome. Just awesome. A woman called in speaking in awestruck. Yeah, I've already read that one. Can it go away? A man and a woman are struggling to carry a luxurious couch through a broken window into their van. Sit on the sofa, really? What kind of fucking option is that? Help them load it up? What the fuck is going on? These options just seem too obvious now. Come on. The club bouncer says they detained a weird guy who took off his clothes and started molesting girls on the dance floor. Come pick this idiot up and haul him off. Okie dokie. It wasn't trumpeting angels appearing out of nowhere, it was music school student in the next apartment rehearsing a tuba. Yeah, it's a good job I didn't send anyone. No new frames. No new frames. Well, I need new frames because I don't have enough. Or I don't have the right ones at the minute. There we go, now I can send them on there. Because I don't want to miss the investigations. I've already missed one. And that's the end of the day. Eventually. There we go. Jack, you got into our business when you opened an investigation regarding double homicide. It would be better for both of us if this whole thing is settled by 3 AM tomorrow, I'm guessing. Hopefully 6 grand will cover your expenses. Fuck. Okay. What's this message? City Hall 1 good 2 bad, Mafia 2 good 1 bad, Police Station ? There's no such thing as a free lunch. The fuck does that mean? Like seriously, what the fuck does that mean? Anyway, I'm going to leave this episode here. Leave a like and enjoy watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and goodbye.
You ain't scared. Yeah. Things that go bump in the night. Me. I got a zombie army, and you can't harm me. Yeah, hoodoo, bitch. Drink blood like a vampire without warning. Hoodoo, bitch. Stand up. Hide your kids, grab your wife, better get out of sight. Hoodoo, bitch. Let's go.